The Biden administration taking heat for appearing to cave the American Federation of Teachers instead of following the science. Rebecca Friedrichs has been teaching in California public schools for 28 years. She's the founder of 4 Kids and Country. Welcome to our program. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Great to be here.
What did you think about what you saw on that tape from the 5th graders?
The children? Well, I think it's such a tragedy that the kids are not able to be in the classroom. And the bigger tragedy is that when they are in the classroom, the unions have corrupted our schools so much that the children are not getting a great education. So we all need to fight together. I think it's really, really predictable that the teachers union has been working in doing backroom deals with the CDC. Why wouldn't we expect that? Both the CDC and those teachers unions are run by government unions. So this is what government unions do. They collude together and they're so corrupt, and they are the reason that not only the CDC but our schools are consistently incompetent.
Rebecca, I wanted to ask you to look at this montage of the idea of following the science is what we're all supposed to be doing. Take a look at this.
This administration will follow the science to deliver more breakthroughs.
We follow the science and find the answers. That's what all of you do here.
We need to embrace the science.
I'm very explicit and unambiguous when we say we've got to follow the science.
There's accumulating data that suggests that there is not a lot of transmission and that is happening in schools.
And yet, if you look at call for everyone, how kids are going to school, virtual only is like 3.3%, in person every day 61%, but 30% are doing this hybrid where one day they're maybe in the classroom, the next day they have to stay at home. And as one of those young kids said, if the teacher's not paying attention, you could eat or take a nap.
What a disaster. You know, all of this science that they're talking about, what the American people need to understand is that the science they're talking about is completely different than the science the rest of us are following. So the teachers unions actually rewrote the scientific method. They swapped empirical evidence and the repeated steps of the scientific process for scientific theory and consensus. And then they only accept the consensus of radical leftists who agree with the unions. So each one of those people who said that they were following the science, I'm calling them, they're not telling the truth. So I'd like to call them out on this and ask them to follow the real science, not the anti-science rhetoric and propaganda that's being pushed out.
Last weekend I was at a little book signing thing, and a middle school teacher came through the line and she said, will you just please make sure to tell everybody there at Fox that there are a lot of teachers who do want to go back to schools. One of the things you've done in your past is fight against the unions because you said it wasn't representing teachers. Do you think there are more teachers who actually do want to get back in the classroom and they're just having to deal with the fact that the union does not want them to yet?
Absolutely, 100%. Every single teacher I know has been wanting to go back to the classroom since last year. They all saw through this mess. They knew that this was just a political agenda. Look, these teachers' unions are 100% political, 100% of the time. They never, ever, ever speak for good teachers. They speak for unions and activists. So yes, the good teachers out there are dying to get back in the classroom. They have no voice. We've tried to speak out for decades, and the unions squash us. They speak for us. Please, America, don't listen to teachers' unions. They are not speaking for teachers or students.
Rebecca, great stuff. Rebecca Friedrichs, thanks for coming back today. It's nice to get your input. Thank you.
Thank you.